The Denver Broncos pulled off the upset. You're watching the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Hello and welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I am pretty freaking shocked right now as the Denver Broncos defeat the Carolina Panthers 21-20. It's time for a game recap, as I will be doing throughout this 2016 NFL season, and man, I'm surprised. This was one of my guarantees of the week that the Carolina Panthers would not only win this game, but cover the -3 that they were projected by Vegas. And boy, I was wrong on this one. Man, this Denver Broncos team, man, what a team. And my roommate said it best. This team has spirit, man, and that's something that we can forget about from time to time. We can pull up the roster. We can say, look at Trevor Siemian. He's not very good. We can look at this and that. But, man, there's something within this Denver Broncos team that we need to account for. It's not something you see in the statistics. It's not something that you see on the roster, nothing you see on paper. But, man, this team has heart, man, and that is something that is hard to quantify, but, boy, can we see it. And, man, they pulled it off today. I got to give them credit. I had the Panthers winning this game. I had the Panthers covering this game, and I'm wrong today. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about, first, Trevor Siemian, because he was the guy that, really had to go under a huge test today, and he really wasn't very good. That's the one thing. We were right to say he's not going to be very good because he wasn't, okay? 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. The touchdown wasn't very impressive. It was mainly C.J. Anderson's touchdown more than it was Trevor Siemian's touchdown. Had 2 bad interceptions. One, Thomas Davis was pressuring him. He got the ball tipped by a Panthers defensive lineman. I think it was Lotulelei, and Thomas Davis picked it off. The other one was a bad interception. So he had some bad plays today, but he made some throws, okay? He was able to hit Emmanuel Sanders on a number of plays. Same goes with Demaryius Thomas, but he's not very good. However, C.J. Anderson, boy, he put this team on his back and he carried them to victory. He sparked the run for this football team, got a number of touchdowns today, got a number of fantasy points today for those of you that own him in that. He was so good. This guy was so good today, so dominant. I think he's going to have a big year this year. Hopefully he will, because right now the Broncos running back situation is not very good at all behind him. Devontae Booker came in for 1 play and fumbled the football, so this guy's going to be thrown in the doghouse. I don't think they have Ronnie Hillman anymore. I think they may have got rid of him. So the running backs are a mess behind him. He's going to need to carry the load, and I think he will. Maybe over 1,200 yards for C.J. Anderson this year. That's what I saw today. We'll see if that reigns true. The wide receivers today, they looked fine. Demaryius Thomas, I thought he was a little disappointing, but he's fine. The big problem is if you drafted him early in fantasy, I think you're in trouble because this Broncos team just isn't throwing the football this year. They're just not going to do it. Okay, they're going to be playing defense and they're going to be running the football. Don't expect many fantasy points for Demaryius Thomas, and a lot of you guys drafted him in the 2nd round. Man, that will prove to be very costly to me. Tight end Virgil Green played okay. Not very impressive to me. I know a lot of you guys like him, but he's a very below average tight end to me. Maybe mediocre at best. Not very impressive. Offensive line was pretty good, actually. In fact, pretty freaking good, especially run blocking. Pass blocking was really good as well. They really kept Kawan Short at bay, and I'm about to get into him in a second. They really kept the whole Panthers defensive line at bay. Great pass protection, great run protection. And then the Broncos defense, Chris Harris with an interception, almost had another. He played great today. Aqib Talib, same thing. Bradley Roby had a number of bad plays, but overall I give him a passing grade. TJ Ward having great plays. He was covering Greg Olsen pretty well for most of the game. The defense is it's great. Okay, we get it at this point. It's great. Todd Davis stepped up in the middle after Brandon Marshall got banged up. Todd Davis is a starting inside linebacker next to Brandon Marshall after Danny Trevathan left in free agency. Nice to see him come in, play well for this team. They needed it. He played well. Let's get into the Carolina Panthers. Let's start with their offense. Cam Newton, I think he played well today, okay? The stat line didn't look very good, okay? 18 of 33, only like a touchdown or 2, had 1 running, but I thought he played pretty well. I thought he was very accurate. I thought he was pretty good. The problem with him was the overall offensive philosophy. I didn't really get it today. They went too conservative to me. They respected the Broncos defense a little too much to me, and I know that's surprising to say because the Broncos won this game, but trust me, I honestly believe they were too conservative offensively. I think Cam Newton could have had more success. It would have thrown the football more, but they were really committed to the run today a little bit too much than I thought they should have been. I thought it was a shame. But the running back, Jonathan Stewart, pretty good today. Fozzie Whitaker, really good today in a backup role. Wide receivers, big issues here for me. Okay, Kelvin Benjamin came back. He looked really good. 91 receiving yards. That's nice to see. You have Greg Olsen at the tight end position. He did well. Good. Who else did anything? Nobody. Okay, Corey Brown, Ted Ginn, nothing and nothing from these guys. I mean, they had one catch each. That's bad. Where are these guys? They got shut down by Bradley Roby in the slot. They got shut down by Aqib Talib. Absolutely nothing from these guys. Oh, it was absolutely awful what these guys were displaying today. You got to show up. They didn't show up. Ridiculous to me. They couldn't get past Darian Stewart in the backfield. I mean, it was so ridiculous. These guys were awful today. Absolutely terrible. The Panthers offensive line, Mike Remmers. Okay, he had a nice first half. Horrible second half. He caused the downfall to me. At least he was a damn big part of it. I mean, come on, dude. Letting up sacks by Von Miller. Letting up sacks by Demarcus Ware. The guy was horrible in the second half. Letting up pressure by Shaquille Barrett. Shane Ray. I mean, the guy had a horrible second half and really affected this Panthers passing offense. We look at the rest of the offensive line. Michael Orr let up a sack today. That was pretty bad. I mean, offensive line, Trey Turner got some boneheaded penalty today. That was pretty bad. Andrew Noel, Ryan Khalil, they played well. They opened up some, nice holes in the run game, but I thought it was pretty bad by them. And then we move on to their defense. Huge disappointment in me for Kawan Short today. Didn't see anything from Kawan Short. Boy, you look like a random defensive tackle for the Tennessee Titans, man. You didn't look like anything out there. I didn't see you. You weren't making plays. You weren't having an impact. What were you doing, Kawan Short? So disappointed in you. Star Lotulelei played pretty good, actually. Vernon Butler, the rookie that you drafted with the 30th overall pick, came in, had a nice sack, had another nice play as well, so that was nice to see. Defensive ends, Coney Ely, Charles Johnson, Mario Addison, bad. No pass rush from these guys that I saw today. I don't know what they were doing. Linebackers were great. Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, they played absolutely great. That was nice to see. You move on to the secondary, horrible. James Bradbury had a bad game. Had like one nice incompletion play, one nice pass defense, but man, rest of it was bad. Penalties, just couldn't cover these guys. Just a bad day from James Bradbury. Bene Benrikuri had a nice interception, but I thought he didn't play well in coverage other than that. We also have the idiot. I didn't see Zack Sanchez out there very much at all. Kurt Coleman at safety. He didn't play very well at all either. Froze on a play, let their CJ Anderson walk right by him. The secondary was awful for me. They missed Josh Norman. Why they ever let this guy go, I'll never know. But there you go. Okay, so overall, when you look at these teams, okay. Now, the Carolina Panthers I have scheduled for 11-5. Denver Broncos I have scheduled for 8-8. I'm not going to change those yet. Guys, it's week 1. Okay, and although we can look at this game, and it was a great game, by the way. I mean, I think this was better than any game last season, or at least any primetime game. Some of you may say the Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary plays. I mean, guys, those were plays. Those weren't games. Those games weren't very good. That Lions game wasn't very good. That Cardinals game was okay. It was pretty good, but not as good as this one. I thought this game was great. I thought it was suspenseful. I thought in the fourth quarter it was fantastic. The final drive, it was fantastic. Fourth down, penalty, got to stay on the field. I thought it was a great game. Best game to me of the past, year. But I can't change the predictions yet. The Denver Broncos, it was great to see. Again, you have great team spirit and all of that, but I need to see just a little bit more. Can you really win with this offense? It's going to be tough, but you will compete for the playoffs, definitely. In hell, you might make it. You may win the AFC West once again. I need to see a little bit more. This is week 1. We can't overreact, so let's just calm down a little bit. But either way, I'm starting 0-1 in the Pigskin Pick'em Challenge, so that's great. But it's okay because we will rebound from here. Again, great game by the Denver Broncos, though. I mean, this was 21-20. This is an upset. You guys were underdogs in this game. You guys continue to win as underdogs. Props to you. Congratulations. Hopefully, you guys have success. The season 10 goes with the Carolina Panthers. I need to see more of the prolific passing offense that I know you can be, because I thought you guys were conservative today. We look back to the end of the first half. I mean, you guys went for a field goal. Why? I mean, you guys got the ball with over 1:30 left. Why don't you go drive down for a touchdown? They were okay with settling with the field goal. And guess what? If you would have went for that touchdown at the end of the first half, we'd be having a different discussion right now. I truly believe that, but you blew it. Okay, you guys choked this game up 17-7. You blew it. hopefully next week, I don't know who you guys are playing, but hopefully next week you guys can come out and play better than you did today. In fact, let's look at who these teams are facing next week. Next week, the Carolina Panthers go up against the San Francisco 49ers, so that's a W. Okay, that's a big W for the Carolina Panthers next week. And let's also look at who the Denver Broncos are facing in week 2. The Denver Broncos are going up against, I'm stalling, the Indianapolis Colts in Denver. Honestly, you guys should probably win that game. And I had you guys scheduled to win that game. So, hey, it's a 2-0 start, I believe, for the Denver Broncos. But let's take it again, one day at a time. So there you go. There's the game recap for the Denver Broncos versus the Carolina Panthers. What were your thoughts on this game? Comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and most importantly, to subscribe for more videos. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out.